Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to tell you about this podcast. It's called The DK Project, but it's really The Darren Show. The DK Project is a radio show, but without the radio. So sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Let's go! Welcome, sports fans. Actually, not even sports fans. Podcast listeners. We are running a little different setup today. You might hear a little echo in old DK's service, but the new studio isn't done, so we're having to, God, I might as well just be recording in my car, for Christ's sake. It's like basic recording 101 right here. And on top of that, I'm without a mouse. Have you ever tried to deal without a mouse, dude?
It's next to impossible. Using the arrow keys.
No, yeah.
Like you're playing Oregon Trail.
I actually have a, I have an iPad, but that then adds another, or not an iPad, a MacBook. So it adds another screen. So now I'm like, I've got it, dude. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you.
Hey, champions adjust.
If I listed it all on my business card, you wouldn't believe me. Hey, listen to what old DK did. This is insider trading here. This is a non-paid promotional second. I'd had it with GoDaddy, baby. I said, I'm done. You guys are ripping me off. Yep. So through a friend, speaking of which, the new DKVO or the new Darren KVO website is up. Still working out a couple things on it, but Jesus, it looks so good.
Well, I want to talk more about the GoDaddy. I'd had a conversation with GoDaddy today. All right, let's do it.
This is me backing the truck back up. Okay, see, this is a story that I'm coming around on, but you interjected. Jeez, my hands smell like metal. Steel worker hands. So anyway, this company that's doing my website, they're just awesome. But she's like, GoDaddy's not where you want all this crap, because basically GoDaddy keeps adding shit to their servers, and they leave you on these servers. So like my original server, one of my original email address domains that I have is freaking, 20 years old. So it's on a 20-year-old server. They don't move it. They just keep packing shit on there. So I ended up talking to this company called Leveling Up, I think it's called.
Okay.
And we ran the numbers, and they're like looking at this, they're looking at that, and they're like, it seems like we'd either be able to save you a little bit of money or whatever. And I'm like, I don't care. I said, I don't want to deal with GoDaddy. I don't want to deal with their BS, with all the, cause I have like 20 some domains and blah, 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 blah. And it's just a headache because I'm getting a renewal notice all the time and SSL this and SSL that. And I don't want to deal with it. I want to have a guy that I call and he just handles it. And now I got that guy, and I'm digging it. But we did all this yesterday, and it's like, okay, so your verification code goes to an iPad mini 4. So you have to go there to verify that it's me so that I can get in. I'm like, oh, dude, what? Like, so last night I'm running around trying to get all this crap going, get all this verification going. And finally got it all done. These guys handled everything. They switched my email. They switched everything. So the way that I had my email all set up was just a cluster. And now it's all being set up correctly, all pushing to my G Suite. Not a problem in the world. Never skipped a beat. Never missed an email, baby. But what a headache and a half. But price-wise, it's cheaper, and you get the SSL for less, and you get the some other thing that they just handle. It's called upper level hosting, Brad. So anybody who is pulling their hair out over stupid GoDaddy or what is the other one, like Fat Monkey or something like that, give Brad a call over, Brad Newman over at Upper Level Hosting. He's top shelf, man. 1-646-820-2029er. Tell him the big DK sent you. And it's not going to do anything, probably raise your price if anything. But
sure, yeah,
he'll handle it all. The dude was top shelf. I dug it. But anyway,
I might actually do that.
Well, I think you should, and I think you should tell him that Darren from the Darren KVO sent me, and he'll take care of all of it. He's even doing my wife's email, and that's not even on the contract. That's just bonus.
I'm with you. My emails, the different ones for like the employee emails and my different, it's a mess.
Oh, it's bullshit.
Mess. And I had to call GoDaddy today because I had the email, your SSL for this domain is up for renewal.
Yeah.
And I've changed like banks and my cards have expired. So I got new ones. I'm like, damn it. I don't know what card they have.
Yeah. They just keep hitting it. That's exactly where I'm at. Because
so I call them up and they, you know what the problem, and you know this well, but every single time you call GoDaddy as a customer for anything you need, what is the one thing out of the gate they try to do?
Upsell you?
Sell you new shit.
Yeah. Well, and what put me over the edge was last week I was talking to a lady that had said, you know, because I called her, I'm like, because I have one domain that I don't know where it is. I don't know. Like, it's just some far off thing that it doesn't have a website, but it's one of my main email addresses. So I've sat on it, you know, I have it forever and I have to use it. Well, I don't know exactly where it comes from. Well, every once in a while you get these, you know, Japanese letters and all this crap saying, hey, your domain's expiring. You should take a look at it. So I did, and I called GoDaddy, and the lady that answered the phone was like, oh, we can save you some money here. There's wow, you know, like that kind of thing. And I'm like, well, I have to call in to make you aware that you're overcharging me. I get it. They're a business. They're going to do that. But on the other hand, it's like, you know, then I call back because I had a meeting. So I call back and can't get a hold of that person. And the next person's trying to sell me other shit, not talking anything about how much I'm overpaying. So I'm out.
That's my experience.
I'm GoDaddy free, baby.
I've been too afraid, so to speak, to change because I just don't want to.
You know what?
I don't know where. You need this pin, you need this customer number, and I got 2 pins somehow. Oh.
Call Brad. He did it all. I didn't have to do anything. Literally nothing. You go to his website and you put in a domain that you want to transfer. It's like $14, and then he does everything. It was awesome because literally I have 3 websites, like 30 domain names, like 15 email addresses. I never lifted a finger and I never missed an email. It's top shelf. So. There's a nice, nice little 7-minute plug for my new hosting company. Way to go, Bad Brad.
There's a 7-minute plug for your new sponsor next month.
Well, yeah, or next week when I'm replacing Brad because he screwed something up. Here's the new plate review. This is Brad 2. Upper level hosting. Give him a call. Anyway, on to more current pressing matters, dude. The studio is coming along. I mean, I've done like 1, maybe 2 pictures that I've posted about it, but it's so funny to. It's like, you know, one of those things like when you're trying to solve a Rubik's Cube and you're like, I'm just going to keep going because I know I can get it. Where that's kind of how this studio is. We're like, I'm not bringing in a consultant. I'm just Googling, researching, doing it all myself.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, you know, I'm going a little over the top. But I have this friend of mine who's helping me frame everything. And I can't tell you how many times he's looked at me and said, what are you doing? Like, isn't that overkill? Like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, dude, this is going to be the town bunker. Like, if the shit goes down, come to my studio because it is safe. It is a safe place. Plus, if I want to bring in my own rap music and have a live show in my studio, I can. Because, I mean, no one's going to hear it. This thing is, I think I'm going to put on the door. I think I'm going to put the bunker on the door. Because it's...
Ooh, I like it.
Plus, it probably added about 5,000 pounds to the building weight.
Is there a basement below it?
Woo, yeah. Yeah, which if I don't, you know, although I don't know, there's probably a fire back there right now. I was just cutting metal. Oops.
That's why you smell like a workshop.
Yeah, dude, I tell you, I
Jack of all trades.
I do it all. I'll work with the iron. You know, I just like to work with my hands. I like to shape metal. I can't even say that with a straight face.
I know. I can't even listen to you say it with a straight face.
I like to get out and work with the metals. I just keep thinking of that Jesse James. That's all he does all day is just shapes metal and whatever. It was like
that the motorcycle guy?
Yeah. He he's big into. I think he has a lot of different ventures though. I think he has a pizza shop too. And I think it's called
they go hand in hand.
I think it's called Pious. That's kind of a great name for a pizza shop, if you ask me. Right? Hey, I need your help.
Yeah.
I have decided for the coming of age for my freshman. And maybe you want to incorporate this into your freshman too, or your 8th grader.
Mm-hmm.
And I've decided that I'm putting together a little bit, because I've got he's getting into he's in driver's ed. He's going through the process. So I've decided until he can answer the questions to my quiz without, he can Google them the first time, but then there's going to be between now and when he turns 15 in April, it's just going to be random questions. And if you can't answer it on the spot, that's going to push you out more time on your driving and I think we're going to get a scooter, but so
moped.
Yeah, total moped. Yeah. So here's where I'm at right now for the pop quiz. I need you to be able to name all 4 Beatles. What?
Okay. I did not see that coming in the driving quiz.
Oh, well, no, I'm hoping the teacher's teaching him how to drive. I want him to know some worldly things before we get serious here. So he needs to know what years the Twins won the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
The lead singer of the Rolling Stones, the main actor in The Big Lebowski, and the lead singer for The Doors, and the greenskeeper's name in Caddyshack. That's all I have so far.
Those are good questions, but this is where I'm getting at, though. It seems crazy to me that you wouldn't know all of those.
That's what I'm saying. These have to be like bam, 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 bam. Like if I'm walking past you in the kitchen and I'm like lead singer of The Doors, you got to be able to drop that down. You know what I mean? Like you can't, hold on, let me Google it, because these are things in life that you just need to know. But I know there's a lot of them. So I'm keeping a running list. And as you come across any, or if any of the listeners have any that they need to get added to the list, you send me an email or somehow get in touch with us. Cause I'm thinking if I had like 20 questions on the list, I could put a good dent in it, make sure that, we're all hitting and sticking on the same page. Cause there's a lot of that stuff, it was kind of like what Petey was talking about, having a sudden death box to where there's certain things that I'm going to want you to know. And if something happens to me, but this is just common everyday information that, you maybe it's radio trivia. I don't know, you're going to win because you're going to know these things. But a lot of kids, they don't. Well, he don't know any of it right now. I know that.
It's more of a cool test, right?
Well, I hate to use terms like that. Come on.
Let's be honest.
He is going to get the badass moped they make. His helmet's probably going to have flames. Huh?
It's like your version of cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Bringing your culture.
Yeah.
The right culture.
Yeah.
To this messed up one.
You can't watch The Big Lebowski yet, but you can know who led the program. So I think I'm working on something good. I like it. It's got a feel to it. Hey, small caveat to the switching everything from GoDaddy. Had 130 emails in my inbox this morning. There's a few back and forths that go through in order to switch shit.
What do you mean? 130 from Brad?
No, just from GoDaddy or from his company. And then I normally start off the day with probably 45 or 50 emails from clients or random accounts or whatever. So this was an extraordinary amount this morning. And I just talked to him and he's like, he goes, I finished at 4 a.m. So I put a pin in it and now I'm going to pick it up again. So you might get a few more emails. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So anyway, that was a little sidebar. I just figured that out.
Finished at 4 a.m.
Yeah, dude's a champion.
Dude's a liar. Fuck.
Why?
He did not finish working on your shit at 4 a.m.
You don't know, dude. There's a lot of nocturnal people.
Unless he's located in New Zealand and he's talking, our time. No. All right. We'll have to get into that.
No, I think he's East Coast.
Oh, okay.
I'll let him know after the show that you slammed him, so that when he's pricing out your shit, he can reflect that in the pricing.
Oh yeah, well
that you only allow for day hours. you can only work from my shit while the sun's up. Otherwise, it don't count.
Dude, I use the thing where you can schedule send. Do you do that?
Yeah.
That's how sensitive I am. I'm not sending a client an email that I wrote at 4:30 in the morning, although I may write it at 4:30 if I'm awake.
Yeah, I used to use that,
then.
but I don't trust the one in Gmail. I just haven't figured it out yet. It's operator error. I know it is, but I used to do that in Outlook.
I use it in Gmail. I've only used it in Gmail, but
like I had that for my appraisal business, and I wanted them to think I was working all weekend on it, so I'd send it out at like 7:00 or 8:00 on a Friday night. I get some street cred for putting in the hours, dude. I'm doing the time. Why not?
You're at the bar.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I don't have to do nothing. It just sends. So keep your ear to the ground on potential things to add to my
questions. All right,
questions. I had some show notes
come
too.
Up with a couple.
I think I've lost them. Can you believe that? It's BS. I don't freaking lose.
You got a lot going on right now.
I don't lose nothing.
It's probably your show notes are probably right next to your anvil.
Yeah, exactly.
Next to the steel works.
Oh, yeah. No, I use one of those hammer ones, and it goes ding, 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 and you just kind of run the metal in it, you know? So I like
the ball peen.
I like to make a lot of bowls and that kind of stuff. Hey, I got a couple listener letters here we got to go over.
All right. Well, I have a question for you, though.
Oh, do first. Yeah. We'll save the letters till the end.
I need a tracker. You know anybody who can track animal prints?
Oh man, like an earth person? Yeah,
like an indigenous person.
You know, I don't know, maybe check the casino. Oh, that's horrible. Maybe at a hunting place? Like that Cabin Fever in Victoria?
Oh yeah, there you go.
or
No. The show's got some steam. Don't go down that road.
You know what? Here's the deal. What do we got? We got a problem. You got a cougar. You got a bobcat. What do you got?
I think.
Well, I guess you don't know what it is.
As far as I can learn on the internet, I think it's a coyote.
Yeah, dude, there's coyotes everywhere. I almost bucked them with the car the other day.
I need to nail it down if it is, because we have a dog that's about 15 pounds, which is like a great appetizer for a coyote.
Did Fluffy have big hind juicy leg?
And
like I've had 4 dogs this month, okay? I went over there and I asked them, I said, hey, have you seen my dog? And they were picking their teeth and were going, no, we don't see Fluffy. What your dog look like? Did your dog have like big juicy hind leg?
Cover your ears, all those listeners who love dogs. To let it out is fucking door opens, right? There's I'm not leashing it and bringing it out for a tinkle at night.
Yeah, remember that when you come back with just a collar.
So it's more of a door open and you do your deal, guy, and I'll be right here when you're back.
I'm going back for the rest of the carcass, filthy animal.
But I thought I saw tracks last weekend out in the middle back part of the yard by the wetland. Okay?
All right.
And it wasn't like we have deer every morning, every night. Those tracks I know. These were totally different, not a small animal. I'm like, it might be coyote. Well, this morning, I look out the porch. The tracks turn towards the house and literally go right up to the house, under the deck, follows the house on the side by that new deck, and goes up through the front yard. I'm like, ooh, that is close. That's close.
You're bordering on a code red right there, dude.
I know. Well, I'm not. I'll be fine. I can fight him off, but
it's
gonna be a tough go for the dog.
Yeah. Well, you should have a backup plan. I don't know. Oh boy, that's what happens when you live in the woods, dude. I tell you, I saw a coyote somewhere just like 2 weeks ago, just woofing across the street. Yeah. I'm like,
yeah,
dude, that's a coyote. My wife's like, no, that's a fox. Well, then later in that same day, I crossed a fox on the road. Not even kidding. And I don't live in like upstate New Hampshire where it's all woods. I'm in freaking urban metropolis here.
Right. Yeah. They're taking over.
It's ugly, dude. You know, it's funny because my dog is in heat and I how we missed this window, I don't know. But I have to put a diaper on my dog whenever she's in the house, which is just stupid.
Why? Because is that the spraying thing?
Yeah.
Like, will she like mark?
Well, she's bleeding.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean,
Oh, is that the politically correct way to say it?
Yeah, yeah.
So then I take the diaper off so she can go outside, and she and now the wife this morning is like, what think we should just leave her out? Like to run during the day in the yard, because I mean it just takes one hit from a dude and it's over. Like of some pug-looking sheepadoodle, or I'm like, oh God, can't give this shit away,
dude.
Well, yeah. It's like she's got the flag out that says she's home.
Like that's probably like a mile away, hitting a dog, going, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what is that? I got some big labs over a couple doors over that are unrestricted to where they feel free to come over and shit in my yard. It's weird because these two dogs live 2 doors over, and they come over and shit. Maybe once a month, but they're labs, and I have a little dog, so it's obviously not my dog's crap. But I don't think they've ever had a solid stool in the 10 years that I've known them.
Oh, gross!
Like they always just throw mud all over my yard, and it's like, what are you doing? And the neighbors have the people whose dogs they have a service who comes to pick up the poop. How bad is that? Someday when I grow up, that's when you know you got money, when you can pay someone to pick up your dog shit. Come on. I love it.
I mean, imagine that job. Oh,
pretty shitty. Well, hold on. I need a rim shot on that. I don't even have my toys hooked up.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah, it would.
Terrible.
Well, this time of year, it wouldn't be that bad because it'd be kind of frozone. So it would be a little more tolerable, but not a lot. You'll have to, well, don't you pick yours up in your yard?
Yeah.
But you,
well, yeah, but like, I wouldn't like, I don't clock in at 8 and do it till 4.
Oh yeah. You're right. A full day of that would probably not be pleasant. Yeah. Good call. Real good call. I didn't even think of that. Interesting. I got, you called me the other day and you were telling me about, maybe we might need to enter you into a 12-step program for eating. So what day was this? Last Saturday?
No, it was
when you hit your bottom, when you hit your low point.
Rock bottom was last Friday.
Dude, I laughed so freaking hard I had to pull over because I was driving.
Oh yeah.
So set the scene. Last Friday, so a week ago. Well, almost a week ago.
Week go tomorrow. Yeah.
You're coming out of the gate hot because you text me all the time about, these smoothies you make that are like when we were young and I would be at your house and we'd take everything imaginable and put it in the blender and blend it up and we'd call it a shake. And then you'd find like nerds on the bottom of the blender and shit. That's I
remember that.
That's kind of what your smoothies have become, dude. Like you shouldn't have that many ingredients in there.
No. Well, no.
What are you making?
Texted you
making like a party ball, a smoothie or what?
That was a smoothie and a breakfast burrito. That wasn't all in the smoothie.
Well, right, but that still sounds like a lot to be eating for breakfast, dude. I mean, one or the other, Chubby. Let's go.
It's healthy. It's all healthy. That's my point.
Well, it doesn't mean that you can eat till you're blue in the face just because something's healthy. And believe me, I'm no one to be giving eating advice, but I know where to give credit when credit is due. This is next level type eating, man. When you start your day off with a smoothie and a breakfast burrito, and then you went through the day pretty normal, didn't you? Walk me through it.
Well, see, a lot of times when I eat too much for breakfast, I'm so full I won't eat lunch.
So is that considered a lot for breakfast then for you?
A smoothie and a breakfast burrito?
Yeah. Okay.
It's typically one or the other.
Yeah,
but
it was Friday.
Yeah, right.
You push the limits a bit.
The problem with that is it's so filling that I don't eat lunch, right? So I go about my day, but then like right around an early afternoon, you're like, ooh, I could eat. So I went over to the grocery store by 741 there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I had to figure out something to make for dinner because the weef was taking the little one to gymnastics.
Right. So you're in charge of dinner.
Yes. I had some time to kill.
What time is it?
Because at this moment in the journey.
Yeah.
Oh, probably around 4:45 to 5, somewhere in there.
All right. Onward.
Yeah. Yep. So I am at the grocery store and I can't figure out what I'm going to make for dinner. And I decide I don't want to cook anything for dinner. I was tired, had a long day. So I decided, you know what? Right across the street's a Chinese place.
Boom.
And Chinese is great reheated for the latter two who will get home late.
Boom.
Right?
You're thinking of everybody.
I know. I'm trying to do my best here, right? So I'm at the grocery store.
This is where it goes south.
And I turn around and I see a nice little hot bar. And brand new remodeled hot bar.
Which means it's usable.
Yeah. So I see a nice little that Nashville hot chicken tender kind of thing going on.
Nashville chicken, delicious.
Yeah. So I grab a few of those. They were large. And I go out in the parking lot.
Were there some buns or something too? You said
No.
No. Okay.
No. Well, hold on. So I grabbed the chicken fingers from Nashville and I'm crushing those in the car.
While dialing.
I wrap them up, cross the highway into the parking lot of the Chinese restaurant. And as I'm tightening up my last strip, I do the online order for the Chinese food.
Hell yes.
And I order everything for the family. But I figured, I threw a package of the cream cheese wontons in there.
Yeah. They come, what, like 8?
6. Oh, come on, dude. I'm not an animal.
Sorry.
6-pack of those for the ride home.
Which is 4 miles down the road.
Yes, yeah. Solid point.
Next level, baby. Next level.
I'm hitting the wontons while driving home. And I get home and the boy is hungry and he loves Chinese. So we eat right away because the wife and the daughter are still at gymnastics, right? And he's like, "Can we eat now?" I'm like, yeah, it's fine. So I dish it up and I got the egg rolls to go along with it. Well, long story short, we ended up eating all of them. That's between me and you. And then I crushed 3 plates. 3 plates of Chinese food, like the
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That ain't right.
So we finish up. We go downstairs. He's like, "Hey, you want to watch this show I'm really into?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll check it out." So I'm sitting there, and this is maybe 20 minutes after we ate. He ate a normal portion.
Of course.
And he goes, "Hey, Dad, is it cool if I run upstairs and get some ice cream?" So I do the old, "Yeah, why don't you grab me a bowl too?"
It'd be rude to make him eat alone.
Exactly. That was the tipping point, dude.
That's when you thought you might have a problem?
I almost had a panic attack. When I went to bed, I was having a hard time breathing. I was so full. I started to worry.
And then you porpoised?
Yeah. You ever...
I don't know, man.
I forgot. I forgot to even in the original to you, one key point of why I felt so full after that little adventure.
Oh God. Do tell.
I started that whole thing off at around 5.
Yeah.
After 2 IPAs at happy hour with Jimmy.
That is top shelf.
You want to talk full, dude. And then you're laying in bed. You're like, God, if I die, this is embarrassing.
I'm telling you, when your jammies are tight, that's a red flag, dude. Total red flag.
Oh, man.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
I do the about course, right? Or about face. So the next day is like, everything's healthy. I
just had one smoothie.
That was disgusting. That kind of deal.
Yeah.
And I ran through the Starbucks. I don't want to bogart the show here, but I ran through the Starbucks drive-through.
All right.
Grabbed myself a. You ever eat their food?
Oh God, very rarely.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a big. I'm just a coffee guy.
I just want to. When I'm behind somebody in line and they're ordering like food for the family and all these drinks and they're like $37, I just want to hit them in the back of the head. Like, what's the matter with you? God, like Is there a certain time in your life where maybe not even when I'm on vacation, like I'll find a McDonald's. I'm just wondering how it becomes like, hey, honey, did you drop $42 at Starbucks the other morning? I was just checking. What do they have filet there now? What are you doing? Special thanks to our sponsor, Grady Restoration. If you're in need of some home repair or think you might have some insurance damage, don't hesitate to call Grady Restoration. They do it all. Just set it and forget it. You call them, they'll handle the insurance, the adjuster, the repairs. Boom, back to the house you remember. Or if you're looking at a little project, don't be afraid to call. They handle everything from construction to finished work, all in one. Don't pick up the hammer and do it yourself. You know it's going to turn out like shit. Give Grady Restoration a call. Let them do it all. Feel free to call for a free estimate on whether you have insurance damage or not. Could be fire, water, smoke, anything. Give them a call, 952-472-1570, or check them out on the web at GradyRestoration.com.
Yeah, at once.
Did you buy coffee for the office? I don't know. I don't know how people do it. So what did you eat? Like one of their egg white pieces of cardboard?
I don't do egg. No. So I'm like, God, I am hungry. So I got the Impossible breakfast sandwich.
Oh God.
The fake meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel like you're eating healthier than if it were meat? Like
I'm not going to explain my decision-making process at that moment, dude.
You were probably hungover. So do you do that though? Like kind of like when you go out and get, overserved and then the next day you're like, I'm not drinking at all. And then you're like, well, maybe I'll have one beer. You're like, I'll just have the one, then it's okay. Where if you go deep into the deep end again, I did a back-to-back on Super Bowl weekend. I'm not cut out for that shit anymore.
Oh, no, we're too old.
But I've been tightening it up on the food. So when I hear you blacking out after a night of Chinese
meal
and Nashville hot chicken, golly, you're talking serious time logged in the bathroom, I got to think, after a rough night's sleep on top of it all. Jesus, dude. Get yourself together. You're going to have to go to Eaters Anonymous.
It's all good. It's a week past. I'm good. I've been eating like a champion, healthy. Smallish portions.
Yeah, right. I've been good. I'm not talking about it, but I've been good. I found a system. I'm on a system and I like it. And
good.
I'm not wavering anytime soon till I still got about 100 to lose. Pass the chicken. Well, all I got out of your speech there was, now they have Nashville hot chicken at Cub.
Yeah.
Hey, should we go to Cub? I've been eating a lot. You know what? I think I told you this. I had my first well-prepared piece of salmon in my life this week. It was even good the next day for lunch. Damn.
Did you make it?
Well, I bought marinated fillets from the HIV. And oh my God, I can't wait to go back. But I figured it out because every time I've eaten salmon, it's been overcooked. And when it gets overcooked, it's super dry. And that's why I don't like it.
It even gets a little fishy when it's overcooked somehow.
But it made me remember the time that we were at, well, you say you were there. I still don't believe it, but we were at Rod's house for salmon.
Yes.
and he was out hitting the one hitter in the garage before preparing the salmon. And he turns the grill on. This is he's 65 at the time, probably. So he goes to turn the grill on, turns it on high to burn off all the shit. he's so fucked up he doesn't realize that he didn't turn the grill back down, and he put the fish on and just charcoal briquetted it. So his wife is in the living room with my wife and probably your wife too. And they're just talking. They haven't prepared a thing. An old Stoney comes in and goes, "This fish needs to be eaten right. Or no, this fish needs to be served right now." Because it was just charcoal. And I'm like,
the most deadpan look on his face.
Oh my God, it was the best. And then we still ate it. I'm like, dude, I don't like salmon. And now you're obviously have overcooked it. But it was the funniest thing. I laugh about it at least maybe twice a year. I think about it.
That was the night his wife had prepared like homemade herb vinegar bottles for takeaway. Like she gave us one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't know. I don't know. My memory's not that strong.
And he wasn't the only one in the garage.
Did I like the dressing? I don't know. I don't know. I should stop in and say hi to him. He's still around.
Still kicking.
He's got to be 80 something. Jesus, Palomino. Hey, let's hop into the mailbag. I got a couple short letters from some listeners, which have zero value at all, but it's nice to see there's some freaking movement for once in my life. Because the show's been a little unsteady lately because I've literally have been mobilizing my studio. I'm going to have to like get a headset and just go from the car here eventually because no, I think we're probably T-minus.
That's how I do it.
T-minus 2 weeks from being in the bunker. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, we'll have to have like a bunker opening party where we cast from the bunker, and you actually come to town, and drink some of my delicious citron vodka.
All right,
and then you can Uber home. I don't know that we'll have enough food to keep you happy, but you can bring some of your own.
Oh, enough with the food jokes.
Speaking of which, I don't want. I went to Famous Dave's last Sunday, thinking that I could go there and check. I haven't been in forever.
Get the garbage can lid.
Yeah, and it was garbage.
Really?
It was garbage. I didn't care for it at all. And on top of that, have you called Famous Dave's in the last 6 months?
I haven't been to Famous Dave's in 3 years.
Well,
which is surprising.
Really, I would expect that you would be at that location. You know what,
Buddy Boys?
Oh, when is that open? That's the question.
Yeah, COVID's been weird for them, but I know their hours are better now, though. Like they're open most of the time.
Oh, are they? Is there a restaurant there?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's cray.
Cray.
Let me see.
What do you got in the mailbag?
Hold on a minute. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
It is horrible. That's their voicemail when you call their store. It's unbelievable. So what does old DK, the rib-eating voiceover machine, do? I'm calling. I'm taking that over. Good luck trying to find a corporate phone number for the place. Like, that doesn't exist. Like,
that's a good point, dude. That's so bad they have to hire you.
I know. Well, they're gonna pay me off in ribs. I tried.
As your agent, we can discuss that.
We give you ribs, but not your agent, man. It was funny. I was talking to I tried, and their corporate number's disconnected. So I called one of the stores to ask them, and the kid's like, to be honest with you, I don't know how you get a hold of corporate. Oh, God.
Good. That's a good call.
What a tightly run ship. So anyway, hey, that kind of ties into one of my listener mails here. I got a letter from Tom in Chanhassen. DK, thanks for the show. Saw the big D making a rib platter his bitch about a week ago. He was going to ask, it says I was going to ask about the potato test, but I didn't want to bother him. since he was elbow deep in the ribs. Anyway, keep up the good work, boys. We never got a potato update. Did you ever do that experiment from New Year's?
I didn't.
What a fucking loser. Are you serious?
I did not. I have to be honest. I can't lie.
You had one job. You had one job. Oh my God, dude.
What was his name from Chan?
Tommy.
Tom. My sincere apology. I dropped the potato on this one, so I will.
Oh my God.
What?
Oop, wrong one. You had one fucking job. God damn it, dude.
Well, ironically, I don't have one job.
Right, one job for the cast. You had one job for the cast. Yeah. Now you're letting the listeners down. Whatever.
All right, that's just inspiration to do the potato test and report back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because
all right. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, let's not. Hey, Tommy, don't hold your breath, huh?
Yeah.
Why don't you do the potato test, Tom, and let us know what happens? I think there's some relevance to it being New Year's and shit. You can't just do it in February.
I know.
That'd be like Punxsutawney coming out in July. Who gives a shit? Doesn't make any sense now. God damn it.
We do our own time here.
I just wanted a chance to say Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney Phil.
Dear DK and whoever. Love the show, man. When is Terry Mr. Viking coming back? Love the stories and your struggle to keep him on track. Keep up the good work. Judy from Fargo. I don't know where the Mr. Terry is, man. He is busier than busy. Technically, I don't think he's as busy as you or I, but he's busier, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
I believe that's
good stories.
Partially snubbed. You know what? I wanted to get some Viking scoop from him, but he's been busy. He's building a bridge or something. Like he's big.
Way up there.
He's like big. I think he's making a new road to Canada or something, eh? You know, going over the top. Right. I'm not real sure. I haven't been able to get him on the walkie. But he will. He'll be back around. I actually had Dee Dee Pfeiffer scheduled to come on the cast, which she's on that show, The Big Sky. Quite a little looker too. We might have had to put that one on YouTube, but she got called away for a movie, so we had to reschedule that one.
Dee Dee Pfeiffer. That's a great name.
It's Michelle Pfeiffer's sister. So I would have had to interview her without bringing up the sister. Younger sister. Michelle's younger. Well, I don't know. It just seems like one of those things where, like, I don't know. People don't dig that shit. I don't know. Whatever. Huh. It is what it is. So anyway,
well, I have a great plan. Once you schedule the Dee Dee, try and get an
Why don't we call her the Double D?
Ooh, I like it.
Tight, real tight.
Why don't you get her in studio and then I will make a guest appearance?
We on fucking crack, dude. She lives in California.
Because somebody just Googled her image.
Brown chicken, brown cow. You know what? I got a bunch of guests coming up, but I actually got some feedback from some listeners that they weren't loving my last guests, which is odd, but it was like, I don't know.
Which guest?
Like 2 guests ago. Not my last guest, but the one before.
Is that me?
No, it was after you.
Bastards.
I don't want to say their name. People can figure it out, but so I'm going to be a little bit more, I don't know, thorough on checking my guests to make sure they're relevant to the show. So we're going to be tightening that side of it up. I got a new sponsor coming on too, which everybody's going to like, because I'm actually waiting for my sample to come in the mail before it's going to be a sponsor and a guest combination.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that is top shelf.
It's going to be big. Taking it to the next level, that's all I can say.
Hey, before we get to the next letter, if there is one, you mentioned the shows, or she's got to go do a show.
Yeah. Movie. Major motion picture.
Movie. Okay.
Major motion picture.
All right. Sorry, Double D. That
might be aggressive.
I know we like our boy Bert. Dude, that show sucks that he's on.
Oh, you know what?
Unwatchable.
No. You watch your mouth, okay?
I love Bert. Don't get me wrong.
Have you watched the semifinals though?
I don't know if I have or not. I can't get through an episode, but it's on a lot.
Yeah. Well, the part, you know what it is? It's a low budget game show that it's just fun. Is that the show you're talking about?
Yeah. The Go Big or Go Home or whatever. Go Big.
Go Big. Go Home. Yeah. The last one I watched was pretty good. And there was one on there that I watched where I don't remember what happened, but they had this chick on there who was in a super tight, spandex outfit, and she was a looker. And her skill was to throw footballs at basketball hoops. And there were like five of them set up. Really far distances and small targets. And she was going to throw this football and hit them, right? She missed all of them.
Oh my God.
She missed all of them. And then the last one was like really far, really high. She hit that one. But she was up against a guy who, I don't even remember what he did, but it was like decent, decent. And she fucking won. Like
what?
Looking at it, like Bert looked at the guy and went, oh, really, all you have to do is finish and you're going to win. And the girl won because the guy, and he wasn't even that bad. It was just so lame that they're like, whatever, and so that was interesting. And some of the semifinal stuff has been good, but it's really bad because they wear the same shirts every week, which is weird. I don't know why they did that.
The judges?
All of them. Bert does too.
Really?
Yeah. But in the semifinals, they changed their shirts. So that was big.
I just don't like, you're watching a show like where the dude sticks snakes in his mouth and he's dangling them and you got the burning log on your back on fire. Like, what the fuck?
Toga.
I just don't get it.
Toga.
I don't get it. Toga.
Well,
man.
You could go on there. You could go on there and run them through a day of eating. I mean, that's going big. Same thing. Go hard in the paint. It's very possible. But don't watch it. What you want to watch?
No, I don't actually.
No. What I watched last night with Bert was, did you know that Stone Cold Steve Austin still has a show?
Did not.
It's on USA. So he has these guests come over and they do whatever and like shoot guns and race cars. And it's kind of cool. But he had Bert on there and they made a trailer park pool with crates full of beer. And then they stuck a big blue tarp over it and filled it.
Yeah.
And then Bert's in his Speedo and Steve's in his swim trunks and they're crushing beers and eating tomahawk steaks, like by holding the bone.
The bone,
like real caveman shit. It was pretty funny.
I like that.
And then
sign me up.
They had Fluffy on there. He met him at a racetrack and they brought in some Mexican place to make food. And they made this burrito, and they showed how they make these monster burritos where they lay the wrappers, and it's like a thing, But this burrito had those really fire hot, spicy Cheetos in it. So they had this vat of like just spicy Cheeto dust. So they roll their burritos and then they cut it in half, and then they dunk each end into the spicy burrito dust or the spicy Cheeto dust. Yeah, it looked freaking ridiculous. Kind of made me want a burrito.
Yikes.
But I would have been.
I don't eat burritos with Frito-Lay products tucked inside.
Oh, dude, you'd be surprised. They make a little number at Taco Bell. It's the meat and Frito burrito or something. I make them at home too. They're super good.
Did Diamond Dave tell you that?
No, he's old school. He goes off the old menu with like whatever.
Oh,
hey, Diamond Dave, shout out to the big double D. He had your procedure done on his back, I think.
He did?
Yeah. I haven't gotten an update yet, but he had a little back surgery done. So everybody send their best wishes out to Diamond Dave for a speedy recovery, and he'll be lying about running a marathon again soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
He should be able to. He's got a new knee, a new back. Christ, there isn't much left. Ridiculous.
And the hot doc saw his crank, so he's all set.
Hey, we got to wrap this thing up. We'll save our listener letters for the next week, and maybe we'll get an update on the rehabilitation from the 12-step food program for you.
Sure.
Until then, everybody tune in, download the show, subscribe, tell a friend. Hey, and it's going to take you 2 minutes. Fill out a review. Reviews make the world go round. That's how we get that's how we get advertisers. Advertisers are how we keep the lights on. Let's go. Sorry, I got a little angry there. It's all this talk of spicy, cheesy burritos that are getting me all worked up.
Find your zen.
So until then, everybody take care. Tune in next week for another episode of the DK Project. Thanks, Biggie.
Ciao.
That's it. That's the end.
That's a wrap.
Read the shtick.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, thedkprojectpodcast@gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.